All right, guys, back on the topic of District0X DNT making major moves here as it breaks out and is still very, very volatile. So let's take a look at what's happened since I jumped out and took that tremendous, fantastic 9x gain. That was a very fun trade for me. So a lot of people want to know, well, what should they do now? I tell you what, this is very dangerous territory. And my first recommendation right off the bat to anyone and everyone is you should not ever, ever, ever buy into a run like this. If you didn't get into this price down here before this happened, like below this line, and look at this, you can't even barely see the previous price action. That's how big of a jump this was. Let's expand it up and then we can kind of see. Let's see here. I'm going to get rid of, I don't know if I can delete that fib circle so we can see the price. We can't even see the price action. Look how flat that is. Okay, let's compare it. Look at this action here compared to what happened here. This is a monumental rip, taking us into a completely new paradigm. This is a paradigm shift in price. This is a quantum jump from the previous price action, okay? You can't even fit it all in on a logarithmic scale and see everything because the previous price action is so small compared to these rips and swings to the upside and the low side that we have right here. Okay, so DNT is looking really good though. We see that we came back down towards the 50-day EMA here. It didn't even touch it. It just moved up for that second surge. And then I was watching here, and when we touched down on this line, I was waiting to see, will it break that 50-day EMA or will it move up? Well, it didn't break that line. It did move up and took another rip. So that's a pretty strong move. So will this 50-day EMA serve as an ascending base for the price action on DNT? It might not. I don't know. We'll just have to wait and see. Now, as far as trading and price right now, we are centered around this volume node. Okay, so we're at the point of control of 6.6 cents. And here it is. We're in the meat of that high volume right there. So the other possibilities for moving is either jumping back down to this 50-day EMA again right here at this volume node and then bouncing up, or moving up into new territory and just creating a new high price and volume cluster that we haven't even seen before. Whatever the case, I'm done with this one. And the reason why, it's a rule. If I make a 9x or a 10x gain, I got to get out. You know, the only way that I can play this again is to take a very small percentage of my gains and buy back in. But why would I buy in now at 7 cents when there's some that are less than 1 cent that I can get a 10x to 20x gain on? That's not to say that this thing won't hit a buck by the time we hit the bull market, because it might, and I love this project, so I will get a little bit. But I'm going to have to wait until this volatility settles down and until we get an event where we break the 50-day EMA and start to move back down towards this 200-day EMA. If that happens, I am back in with a small position, and then I'll ride it all the way through the major bull market. The other technicals on this are looking pretty good because we see this major jump in on balance volume up to this new level here where it's holding. And then on the stochastic, we are at a peak right now, but it keeps hanging out at this top level, and it hasn't even entered into the oversold zone yet, or overbought, I'm sorry. So once this stochastic cycle completes, we'll see, well, what is the corresponding price when we jump down here to oversold? What will it look like when we project up to this line? There's a chance it could bring us back to this 200-day EMA or the 50-day EMA. We'll see what happens, but I'll keep you posted on what the charts are telling us and how it looks from my perspective. So that's about all I got. Are you still in this position? If you are, you better be careful, especially if you're one of those that bought into that run. Don't do that again. Let that be a lesson learned. All right? Post something in the comments below and let me know what you think about where DNT is headed. This is Carlton. I'm out.